Hello there, this is Jen Kitzmiller with the National Weather Service in Missoula, and I have your weather planning briefing recorded on Thursday, April 22nd. So just a little overview for the week ahead. Overall, we are expecting showery and cool weather to continue, certainly through the weekend and into early next week. The next more organized weather system comes in for Saturday into Sunday, when we could see some mountain and mountain pass snow as well as widespread precipitation for the Northern Rockies region. We are looking at a warming trend possible for mid next week. However, we are not seeing the potential for a prolonged warm and dry period through all of next week. So looking at our current satellite imagery, this is as of Thursday midday, around noon. And the main thing you'll see here is we do have this weather system sliding south out of Canada that's bringing a fair amount of shower activity across the region, particularly across western Montana, as well as a surge of some slightly cooler air out of Canada. That air is going to kind of linger across most of western Montana going into Friday. So speaking of Friday, overall those cooler temperatures are going to remain over the region. You'll see here on the map, this is showing the upper level pressure patterns, and there's this weak ridge of high pressure that does try to build in for Friday. So overall that's going to bring a slight drying trend. We do think there will be some showers over some of the terrain, but for the most part it should be a drier day compared to Thursday, with min RHs in the 30 to 40% for the valleys and higher values in the terrain. As I mentioned, there is a more organized system that is going to be coming in for Saturday into Sunday. That feature is going to dig along the west coast and slowly migrate inland going into Sunday. So with that, we are looking at widespread rain and mountain snow developing. It will continue to be cooler temperatures, and this more moist pattern will bring in higher relative humidities. As far as moisture amounts expected with this system, this graphic is showing the probability of a wetting rain in the Saturday morning into Sunday morning time frame. So you'll see it's quite high through Idaho, pretty high confidence through much of the Clearwater-Nez Perce National Forest, Clearwater and Idaho counties, of seeing at least 1/10 of an inch of moisture. And then as you move into western Montana, still pretty high values for the higher terrain, though some of the larger valleys, those chances of wetting rain drop off, such as the Missoula Bitterroot and up towards the Mission Valley, where there may be a little more downsloping effects. If we look at the probability of seeing at least 1/4 of an inch of rain in that same time frame, you'll see the main focus is really over the mountains of Idaho, so Clearwater, Nez Perce. Those areas could see between 1/4 to 1/2 inch of liquid out of this system. And some of the terrain in Montana could see some of those values as well, but you'll see the probabilities really drop off as you move into western Montana. Now, snow levels with this, they're going to be kind of fluctuating, but overall it looks like they're going to be in the 4,000 to 5,000 foot range. So most valleys should, for the most part, see rain out of this, or maybe a rain-snow mix. But as you get up into the higher terrain, there will be a little bit of light snow. This graphic showing the probability of 1 inch or more of snowfall in that Saturday to Sunday time frame. So you'll see along the Continental Divide, Marias Pass, down towards McDonald and Homestake Pass, and then Lost Trail and Lolo Pass could also see a little bit of snow out of this. Overall, nothing too significant as far as accumulations, but there will be snow in the higher terrain. Moving into Tuesday, Wednesday, as I mentioned, there's potential for a brief warm-up. You'll see here high pressure looks like it's going to weakly build back into the region, so that should bring a slight warming trend, possibly a brief dry period as well with some lower relative humidities. It does look like this is likely going to be short-lived going into next week. As we get towards the latter part of the week, there are still some question marks. As far as how strong a ridge is going to build off to our west, or if we're going to stay in more westerly flow. In either case, it looks like only brief periods of dry with weak disturbances moving through the flow. So just looking at the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook, you'll see much of north central Idaho and western Montana is favored to see above normal precipitation and below normal temperatures in that longer range time frame. So stay tuned. There could still be some changes out there, but the main message is at this point we're not seeing a prolonged period of warming and drying. Here's a look at the weather threat matrix. Really, you'll see the next day that stands out is Sunday, and that's again for that potential for mountain pass level snow. That's all I have for today. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out and give us a call. Otherwise, we will do our next briefing on Sunday. Thanks and have a great weekend.